Hello, everybody, and welcome to the final episode of Theory Crafting for now. I'm finally getting around to recording this when I said I'd do it a little while ago, but, let's get right into it. This is going to be a comment response video. I'm going to read the comments. I think most of them are from the same person, but you know, I still feel like I should respond, because that was something I was doing. And I haven't even read these comments yet, because I was waiting to read them for the video. So, this will be interesting. I haven't watched the videos recently either, so if they respond to anything I said in the video with just the response, then I might not remember what I said, what they're responding to, but hopefully I do. Okay. From Holly Onsama, it says, spoiler. The bath scene was really interesting, and it probably has many hidden meanings, but it is hard to judge. He's talking about the public bath when they all meet each other. I do not think Tojiro has a profit program implanted inside of him. To me, it seems like Tojiro knows about the prophecy because of the literal script shown at the end. Oh, the Book of Revelations, in the final scene, I guess, is what they're talking about here. The AMS information we get is fascinating. I always start thinking about what would happen if they completely stopped working, or if they were sentient to some degree. Yeah. Well, I think it could be possible that they are sentient, but kind of the only way that they could be sentient would be organisms, they probably still couldn't really make too many decisions by themselves, and they'd just do what they were programmed to do, because they probably aren't really big enough to do anything else. What would happen? Well, if they stopped working, well, we kind of see a lot of that at the end of the episode, with all the earthquakes happening, and a whole lot of them, I think, do stop working. Right? I can't be remembering that whole end wrong. These are the possible theories about the prophecy. The prophecy is a script of plans which isn't a certain fate. However, in a meta-world perspective, the tragedy, which may not be the same as the script, is a firm fate. Others could be three kings, the research lab, culprit programs, etc. plan their actions based on this script. Oh, that makes sense. There are no three kings. The tragedy happens because the AMS stop operating and people go insane. That's a pretty good theory, because it could be like Umineko, where Beatrice doesn't actually exist, but and the three kings don't exist, but they're still part of the game. They're in people's heads. The prophecy is real, it's all fantasy. I listed them in order of probability. I'm still working on my authorship theory. More on that later. Okay, hopefully it's in the next comment. I'm going to read about the authorship theory. Maybe. Oh, how do I... There we go. Back here. Control F, theory. And then it should bring me to the next one that I didn't read the comments on. Here. Okay. And then... What? Comments. Spoiler. Refresh. It keeps doing this weird thing where it doesn't load the whole comment. Okay, yeah, this chapter, oh, it doesn't look like we get the authorship theory that you were talking about. Put it in the comments. Put it in the comments of this video. Your authorship theory. Because that would be interesting. I might not make another video talking about that, but I'll respond to that. Yeah, this chapter was quite weird. We didn't learn much new information about the three kings. I loved the discussion during the date. It was pretty cute and funny. Yeah, it was. I think I mentioned already, but I have the same idea about Meow's sex because of that line and because it would create even more confusion and mystery. Meow's biological sex is most likely female. Yeah, that's what I think. Because Meow later on says something like, oh, my biological sex, it's not going to hurt him or whatever. Jaden will be happy with it. Ryukishi07 always included interesting sexual themes in his work, so I'm pretty sure Sakonio will go even deeper in that direction. The memes were great. Awesome. So, yeah, the sexual themes would be, in Umineko, the culprit was transgendered. And in this, I guess the character in this is non-binary, gender fluid, not exactly transgender, but well, also I guess the culprit in Umineko was kind of gender fluid as well, I guess, because they went back and forth between the two, spoilers, between Canon and Shannon. But yeah, I thought there was more comments that I missed. I'm just gonna go back and take a look, make sure I didn't miss too many or anything. Comments. There's 4 comments on the mic. It's because I commented twice. Channel update. Oh, I think there was a really big comment on this video about theories. I could be wrong, though. Here, it's perfectly understandable. Yeah, this is from the video where I updated the channel, said that I'm not going to do these videos anymore. So, Holion-sama says, it's perfectly understandable. If you don't like doing something, no reason to force it. Since we only have Phase 1, it's almost impossible to cover each chapter in detail. I don't think I will reread it before Phase 2. I have some theories I want to lock on before Phase 2. What is the tragedy? The end of humanity isn't because of a divine script. It is simple due to the change in the ATOM-S. Yes. The Earth has already ended. The ATOM-S helped it, but humans didn't respect them, so they fought back against the humans. I really think the two sides are quite simple. These are humans and ATOM-S. However, obviously in reality, there are humans who support the end of the world. Yes. Tojiro seems to be on the human side. Well, Tojiro's, to me, it seems kind of like he's playing both sides. That's kind of what I think. In that way, he can jump to the side that wins in the end. Mother isn't Veer, and likewise the father isn't Tojiro. The mother is the creator of the ATOM-S, and I think there's something fucky with Meow's identity. He could be just a program in the truest sense. In Phase 2, Earth will die completely. That would be pretty cool. And I really hope that the characters from Haworthia do come in or something. Or they go to another planet. That would be cool. In Phase 2, Earth will die completely. However, a few human will enter cold sleep and escape the planet. I think the Sashat scene at the end is connected to the cold sleep, and likewise the scenes where they press something and there's a bright light, I think is the warping teleportation itself. The red planet we saw at the end is Earth after the tragedy, but before the rebuilding by the ATOM-S, they began to run a simulation on the Earth's future, but they saw that the ATOM-S dramatically changed and took different forms, making Earth a living paradise for sentient ATOM-S. The planet we once loved, which turned into hell for us, is paradise for them. I wish most fervently that they will be loved by that planet from now on, too. This is all based on the Haworthia story, and I think it will happen almost the same way. The factory scene could be the procedure to escape this planet, or possibly something that the ATOM-S does to the surviving humans. I think the ship will actually be called Haworthia. I have 3 theories for the fragments. The characters on the ship speculate the past future by simulations. These simulations will be the fragments. The surviving humans are turned into free-of-flesh avatars by the A.K.A, and new character or Prophet Meow will tell the tales as fragments. It would make sense that Sashat survived, since she is most likely one of the storytellers. However, it can also be possible that most characters died like Meow, and they are experiencing this all in purgatory. If Sashat is not real but has a human counterpart, it is Gunhild. Also, I still believe that Tojiro has something to do with the factory scene, and I want to believe in the Lambda equals Meow, even if Jestress is already there. I would bet on everything that she is connected to Meow in some shape or form. Jestress also can be just a clone. Yeah, also, in Umineko, Ryokishi made a couple red hair, like Lambda Delta is kind of a red herring. Already. So, if Lambda Delta is a red herring to make you think that she's like Takano from Higurashi or Satoko, and you don't know which one they are, but she's neither, then if Ryukishi were to put a red herring into Sakonia, it would be likely that red herring would look like Lambda Delta again. that makes sense. Also, I want to add that in Chiru, there is so much talk about God, and just look at Delanor's golden gauntlet arm. I think it's even on the same arm as in Sakonia. There are many setups for Sakonia even in Umineko, and I want to reread Umineko after Phase 2. I recommend watching track 2, 4, and 8 of Awarthia. I think both tracks has something to do with Jestress and Lambda Delta. Track 2 even has this line, cosmological constant lambda. Written here as a sign governs this world. Track 4 is these cosmological themes as well, but what interested me the most is these lines. I'll make them revere me, so let them choose well in order to keep living. The responsibility to live or die as a messiah. Track 8 has a similar line as well. After countless months and years of worship, who are you ready to save? Track 8 was also in Sakonia, I'm pretty sure. Lambda Delta as a witch was worshipped, and she granted magic to many humans. I think Lambda Delta is the main character, heroine piece. Jestress or Meow, and she is a human because it's before she became a witch. I have another theory for the piece Jestress/Meow. It could go as Featherine as mentioned before in Chiru. Witches are game pieces for higher beings, so it's possible that Lambda Delta is on the board as a human piece even though she was a witch. The A.K.A shaping up to be actual gods, so I reckon those will be the game masters. Also, Episode 8 background, Lambda versus Aurora fight is very similar to the room in the research lab with the whole Pandora box equals dimension container. I think this box will be really important going forward. Maybe it is similar to fragments in a sense that the box can create multiple dimensions and it might be connected to the large server. Data after death talk at the Christmas party. Sorry for the long comment and for the bad English. I wrote it in a hurry. That was pretty good. Yeah. Well, I went through all my thoughts as I was reading. So, I think that's it. And I should probably talk about what's going to happen next. Mike will hopefully be out and good within a week or two. I can't really control that though. All depends on him, but when he comes back, we'll bring him back on. The Degenerates podcast was going to have a couple new hosts, including me. I'll still be there, but a couple of other guys are going to be on it. One of the guys was back on episode 13, and it's going to be good. Yeah, it might be even more fun. I don't know. And then maybe when we bring Mike back, we can all do it. There will be like a 5-person podcast, like all the people, like the ones where everyone's talking. That could be fun. Okay. Well, oh, and anything else I'm forgetting? Nope. Okay, well, oh, I think that with some of these new people, since they live close to me, it'll be easier. Because the problem with Mike was he lives like an hour away, so we'd have to record everything far away. But with these other people, they live pretty close, and we'd be able to do stuff in person, so that could equal more content, which could be great. I hope that's what it equals. Okay, see you later.